My dear students, welcome to GSS Chemistry channel. In this class, we are going to deal with the information that we can get from balanced equation. Whether you want to get weight-weight relationship or mass-volume relationship or volume-volume relationship or mass volume number of molecules relationship, all these types of informations we can get from a balanced chemical equation apart from other informations. And so now we are taking information from balanced chemical equation as lecture number 6 of chemical reactions and equation chapter. This is for 10th class once again. Before going to the discussion of that information from balanced equation, we have to know the meaning of gram atom, gram mole, gram atomic weight, mole, atomic mass unit, unified mass. All these terms you have to know. Whenever weight is given, you should be in a position to calculate the number of atoms or number of molecules. Whenever weight is given, you should be able to express the weight in volume of the gas, if it is gas. So, here we are considering first all these points. First of all, atomic mass unit, represented by AMU. Now we are taking atomic mass unit. Whenever you can see here, atomic masses of elements are expressed in atomic mass unit. I am not going to give the definition of AMU. Actually, it is weight of 1/12 of C12 isotope is called one AMU. And so we will express all the masses in AMUs. One AMU is called is equal to 1.66 in 10 to the minus 24 grams or 1.66 in 10 to the minus 27 kgs. Whatever unit you can adapt, you can take into account. Sometimes we will write the atomic mass unit as unified mass. It is also called unified mass. Unified mass is represented by U. So you can write it as AMU or U also. So that is about the atomic masses. And compounds will be having molecules. Some elements will be having molecules. And metals will be having only atoms. So if you take the molecules of substances, like molecules of elements and molecules of compounds, you can take their molecular weights. Even the molecular masses of the molecules in elements and compounds can also be expressed in AMU or U. If you want to convert AMU into gram, this is the actual unit here. Whenever U can also be replaced by gram. That is the meaning you can get in the balanced chemical equation. So now we are taking certain examples here. Meanwhile, note it. Certain examples I am taking here, not proper time to discuss all, because this is only the introduction for this information. Element I am taking here, what is the atomic mass? When the atomic mass is expressed in grams, when the atomic weight or atomic mass, both mean only the same. When atomic weight is expressed in grams, it is called gram atomic weight, GAW. Gram atomic weight is also called gram atom. Gram atomic weight is also called gram atom. This is gram atom. Similarly, you can take the molecular weight. When the molecular weight is expressed in grams, then it is called gram molecular weight or gram mole. Gram mole sometimes is also referred to as mole. So gram molecular weight means gram mole means mole. And here we are taking some examples. Element hydrogen, what is atomic weight? 1. You have to say it as 1 AMU. Generally we will express it in AMUs. If not, in the place of AMU, you can write U. Either one is this correct, both mean only the same. And when this is replaced, AM is replaced with gram, it is called gram atomic weight. When atomic weight is expressed in grams, it is called gram atomic weight. So, if you want to take 1 gram atom of hydrogen, it is 1 gram. It is 1 gram. Similarly, you can take a carbon, its atomic weight is 12. It is 12 U, first information. Next, if it is expressed in grams, it is called 12 grams. 12 grams means 1 gram atom of carbon. Take 1 gram atom of carbon, means you have to take 12 grams. Take 0.1 gram atom of carbon, you have to take 1.2 grams, like that. And here, calcium, one metal I am taking here, calcium atomic weight is 40. It is written as 40 U or 40 AMU. If you want to write the exact atomic weight in grams of 1 atom of calcium, this is to be multiplied by that one, 1.66 in 10 to the minus 24. If you multiply this value by that value, you will get the exact value of 1 atom of calcium in grams. Right? So, if you want to take 1 gram atom of calcium, gram atomic weight expressed in grams, 40 grams is equal to 1 gram atom of calcium. Similarly, 1 gram atom of sodium is equal to 23 grams. 1 gram atom of aluminum is equal to 27 grams. 1 gram atom of iron is equal to 56 grams. Like that you can take. Similarly, if you take molecules, molecules are present in the elements, molecules are certainly present in compounds, all compounds. Certain elements, when they are existing in the gaseous state, they are in the molecular state. Every molecule is made up of the 2 atoms, and so these are diatomic in nature. So I am taking molecule like hydrogen. How is the molecular weight obtained? Sum of the addition of the atomic weights. 2 into 1 AMU, this is equal to 2 AMU. Similarly, for oxygen, 1 oxygen atomic weight is equal to 16. Such atoms are 2 here in the molecule. 2 into 16 AMU, that is equal to 32 AMU or U. Similarly, for nitrogen, 14 is the atomic weight. 14 into 30, 28. So, 28 UU is the nitrogen's molecular mass. Okay. Similarly, we are taking here molecular masses of sodium hydroxide, a compound. Its molecular weight is 40 U. Calcium carbonate, molecular weight is 100 U. How is the molecule obtained? By the sum of the additions of the atomic weights of all the atoms present in the single molecule. So, calcium carbonate contains 1 atom of calcium, 1 atom of carbon, and 1 atom of 3 atoms of oxygen. So, what is the molecular weight of calcium carbonate? Atomic weight of calcium plus atomic weight of carbon plus 3 into atomic weight of oxygen. Atomic weight of calcium is equal to 40 U. Atomic weight of carbon is equal to 12 U. 3 into atomic weight of oxygen is equal to 16 U. If you sum up these values, its molecular weight is equal to 100 U. 100 U. When this molecular weight is expressed in grams, then it is called a gram mole or mole. Take 1 mole of sodium hydroxide means you have to take 40 grams. 40 grams of sodium hydroxide is equal to 1 mole of sodium hydroxide. Similarly, calcium carbonate, CaCO3, 100 is the AMU. If you express it in gram mole or gram molecular weight or mole, it is replaced by grams, and so it is called 100 grams. Like that you have to take. Similarly, here also you can take one more, like this. You can take even gram mole here also. If you take mole for this, 2 grams, 32 grams, 28 grams. Like this you can take. So in this way you can express the molecular weight in grams, you will get gram mole. And one more fundamental point here you have to learn, that is Avogadro number. Avogadro number is a universal constant. Its number is always fixed, just like velocity of light, just like Planck's constant. This is universal constant. Actually, Avogadro number value, Avogadro number is represented by n. Avogadro number is represented by n. And what is its value? You know pretty well. Value of n is equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Sometimes we write it as 6.02 into 10 to the power 23, right? What is meant by Avogadro number? Actual definition I want. For that purpose, they took the standard carbon 12 isotope. Take exactly 1 gram atom. Check exactly 1 gram atom of carbon 12. 1 gram atom of carbon 12 means 12 grams of carbon. And count the number of atoms present in it. Counting is very difficult. That is why this is taken. So as a standard unit. So number of atoms present in 1 gram atom of carbon 12 isotope E is called Avogadro number. E is called Avogadro number. Avogadro number is represented by n and its value is always equal to 6.023 10 to the 23 value. And here we have to remember one more fundamental point. Number of atoms present in 1 gram atom of any element. Number of atoms present in 1 gram atom of any element is equal to Avogadro number. Similarly, number of molecules present in 1 gram mole, number of molecules present in 1 gram mole of any substance is equal to Avogadro number. So here, if you take Avogadro number of molecules, that is equal to gram molecular weight. If you take Avogadro number of atoms, that is equal to gram atomic weight. If you take only half number, half gram atomic weight. In that way, you can calculate the weight of single atom, weight of certain number of atoms, or you can take the weight, how many atoms are present there. That also you can calculate. For that calculation purpose, simple equation is written here. Please observe. Number of atoms present in given mass of the element is equal to weight of the element in grams by gram atomic weight of the element. This is fixed. Weight you can change. If it is changed, number is changed. Weight of the element in grams by gram atomic weight of the element here into 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. In grams even you can write. Right? In that way you can count the number of atoms present in the given mass of the element. Similarly, substance, maybe element, maybe compound. A certain weight is given, how many molecules are present there, and then number of molecules present in given mass of the substance is equal to weight of the substance in grams by gram molecular weight into Avogadro number. Simple multiplication here. This is the simple. You can X is given, this is constant and N is constant. So if it is varied, number of atoms will be varied. So number of molecules present in the given mass is proportional to weight. Number of atoms is proportional to weight of the element because these two are constant. Exact number if you want you can calculate by using this step. Next you have to know gram molar volume. Out of all these, you are learning after all these. Next you have to know the gram molar volume. Volume is generally used to measure the gases. Volume of the gases. Volume is a parameter to measure the volume of the gas at certain conditions of pressure and temperature. Whenever volume of the gas is mentioned, side by it, you have to express at what pressure it is taken, at what temperature it is taken. Generally, in this example, we will consider standard temperature and pressure, STP. Standard temperature is equal to 0 degree centigrade. Generally, for the gaseous state, you have to use only Kelvin scale. So, that is equal to 273 degrees Kelvin. And standard pressure is equal to 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere is equal to 76 centimeters of mercury. That is equal to 760 mm of mercury. Anyone you can use here. For that, you have to know some value for that gram molar volume also. So, please note it. Next we will consider that one. After that, we will go into the information of the balanced equation. Okay. Without knowing all this, you cannot interpret the proper meaning of the balanced equation. Okay. Right. Please note it. Now, let us consider one important fact here, namely gram molar volume, GMV. It is called GMV, gram molar volume. What is the definition here? When you are taking volume, generally you have to take the gas. The volume occupied by 1 gram mole of any gas. Volume occupied by 1 gram mole of any gas at STP, standard conditions temperature pressure, is called gram molar volume. Here standard temperature is 273 Kelvin, standard pressure is 1 atmosphere. Pressure is fixed. Temperature is fixed. Number of moles are fixed. In the gaseous state, number of moles N is fixed, temperature T is fixed, pressure P is fixed, then volume is also fixed automatically. At one temperature and one pressure for a given mass, for a gas, there will be only one volume, remember. And so here gram molar volume is also fixed. What is its value? Value of gram molar volume is equal to 22.4 liters. 22 point, in some books it may be mentioned as 22.414. Generally we will use this value for problems purposes. Value of GME is equal to 22.4 liters. Now I am considering standard temperature 273, standard temperature is equal to 1 atmosphere, 1 atmosphere is 76 cm of mercury. 70, you have to mention mercury. You should not use 76 cm, that is not sufficient. What liquid is taken here? Generally we will take only mercury. If other liquids are taken, heights will be different. And so you have to mention mercury, it is a must. 1 atmosphere equal to 76 cm of mercury, that is equal to 760 mm of mercury because 1 cm is equal to 10 mm. Okay. For example, you can take any gas like hydrogen, like oxygen, like nitrogen, like chlorine, like CO2. You can also take here chlorine gas. This is equal to 71 grams. All these gases here you can take at STP. If you take 1 mole of these, any gas, all these gas will be measuring the same volume, that is equal to 22.4 liters is the answer. Suppose for chlorine 7.1 gram is taken, 2.24 liters will be obtained. If 0.71 is taken, 0.224 liters is obtained. 0.224 into 1000 is equal to 224 ml. You can convert liters also into ml. This is equal to, you can write sometimes as 22,400 ml. Either one is correct. So you can express it in liters or ml, whatever unit is necessary we will adapt there. So in this way we can connect the gram molar volume to molecular weight. And here one more factor you have to recognize. What is that factor? Here I am taking one more consideration. One gram mole or 1 mole of any gas at STP is equal to 22.4 liters. 1 mole of any gas will be containing, 1 mole of any substance contains, I have got a number. So if you convert this volume into molecules, what is the molecule here? 6.023 into 10 to the 23 molecules. So this relation you have to remember once again. 22.4 liters volume is equal to 6.023 10 to the 23 molecules. If you take 6.023 in 10 to the 23 molecules at STP for any gas, that is equal to 22.4 liters. That is equal to 1 molar mass. So this relation also, this is the weight, this is the volume, this is the number of molecules. Weight, volume, number of molecules relationship is also there. All these informations you can get easily from a balanced chemical equation, provided if you understand them properly. Because that means you have to extract the meaning of balanced chemical, fully balanced chemical equation. You can express the unit relationship. Just we will consider the examples there. Actually, we are entering into the balanced chemical equation. Prior to that, you have to, must and should, you have to know all these factors. Okay, please note it. Now we are going to the actual topic. What type of information you are going to get from the balanced chemical equation? Information that you can get is relative masses. Relative masses of reactants and products. How much mass of reactants are taken, how much of mass of product is obtained. Relative masses we can calculate from the balanced chemical equation. From the relative masses we can also calculate the moles ratio. Reactants mole ratio, products mole ratio, whole mole ratio we can take. Mole ratio also we can calculate. We can see in this example now. Apart from that, weight relationship, weight means mass, mass relationship you can get from the equation. If a gas is obtained as a product, there gas is expressed in volume, and the reactant is solid, solid is expressed in weight. So you can get the relation, weight volume relationship also you can get. When reactant is having gas, product is also having gas, then you can obtain the volume relationship from that equation. Or simply, when all of the volumes or weight is also there, for gases also you can express moles, moles means weights, and so you can also get the relationship between mass, volume, number of molecules, because 1 atomic number is contained in 22.4 liters. 22.4 liters equal to 1 mole. So mass, volume, number of molecules relationship can also we can get from the completely balanced equation. This type of information you are going to get from the balanced equation, and this is more useful in doing the problems. If you want to solve the problems based on chemical equations, automatically you have to remember all these points. Now one equation, simple equation I am considering, heating limestone. Limestone means CaCO3. When calcium carbonate solid is heated, it decomposes. This is an example of decomposition. It decomposes to give you quicklime, dry lime, that is CaO and CO2. CO2 gas is obtained. This is gas. States are also mentioned in the brackets side by the formula. So CaCO3, CO and CO2, this is the equation, these are the reactants, those are the products. You have to obtain the relationship between reactants and products, and among products. Reactant, of course, only one is there. Now you can express them in masses, relative masses of the reactants. What is the mass here? CaCO3, already we calculated, this is 100 AMU, is it not? This is 100 U, CaCO3. When 100 U of CaCO3 is heated, you are getting calcium 40, oxygen 16, 56 U of CaO, carbon 12, oxygen 32, O2, that is 44 U. This is the AME relationship. AM is replaced by grams, then they will give you moles, grams. So if here, you can also write it as, this is another information, this is one information, this is third information. 100 grams of CaCO3, when heated, you are getting 56 grams of CaO and 44 grams of CO2. You can write it as G also. This is another relation. 44 grams, 100 grams of CaCO3 is equal to 1 mole, 56 grams of CO is equal to 1 mole, and 44 grams of CO2 is equal to 1 mole. If you take the mole ratio, how is that obtained? Mole ratio of CaCO3 is to CaO is to CO2 is equal to 1:1:1. Don't forget, mole ratio is not equal to weight ratio. This is very important. Mole ratio is not equal to weight ratio. If you take the weight ratio here, 100 is to 56 to 44, can it be 1:1:1? Never. And so, mole ratio is not equal to weight ratio at all. Weight ratio is not equal to number of molecules ratio. Moles ratio is equal to number of molecules ratio. Don't forget. Moles ratio is equal to number of molecules ratio. But weights ratio is not equal to number of molecules ratio. In the ancient times of entrance examinations and competitive examinations, bits basing on this were asked. You will give weight ratio, find the molecules ratio. This ratio is never equal to moles ratio. Weights ratio is converted into moles ratio. Then from that moles ratio, you can get the number of molecules ratio because both are one and the same. This is the trick involved in doing the problems there. And now, basing on this is weight-weight relationship, weight-volume relationship is also there. Just one problem to you. Problem. how much weight of quicklime is obtained by heating. Say any weight you can take, 400 grams of CaCO3. This is the problem. So, weight relationship. 1 mole of CaCO3 is giving you 1 mole of CaO. 1 mole of CaCO3 upon heating gives 1 mole of CaO. CaO is quicklime. 1 mole means 100 grams of CaCO3 upon heating gives how much? 56 grams of CaO, right? Then 400 grams of CaCO3 gives how much weight of CaO? You can easily calculate now. Therefore, weight of CaO obtained is equal to 400 into 56 by 100. This is equal to 4 into 56, 224 grams. So, weight of CaO obtained by heating 400 grams of CaO3 is how much? 24. Simple calculation. Almost equal to lower level problem. But you have to know the meaning of the equation. So, this is problem number 1. We will try to do some more problems. Please note it meanwhile. Next problem, calculate the weight of CaCO3 required to get 1.12 liters of CO2 as STP. You have to get 1.12 liters of carbon dioxide STP. How much CaCO3 is to be taken in the reaction? CaCO3 liberates carbon dioxide when heated with acid, dilute acid. So, CaCO3 by the action of dilute HCl, it is converted into CaCl2, H2O and CO2. You have to get the relationship between weight and volume. And here 1 mole of CaCO3 reacts with 2 moles of HCl to give you 1 mole of CaCl2, 1 mole of H2O and 1 mole of CO2. Expressed in unit mass, 1 mole of CaCO3 is equal to 100 U of CaCO3 react with 73 U of HCl to give you 111 U of CaCl2 and 18 U of H2O and 44 U of CO2. U is replaced by grams, you will get the moles. 100 grams of CaCO3 reacts with 73 grams of HCl to give you 111 grams of CaCl2, 18 grams of H2O and 44 grams of CO2. But you know, 1 mole 44 grams, this is equal to 22.4 liters at STP. So if you want to get 22.4 liters at STP, you have to take exactly 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to 100 grams. So this is the step now you can use. 22.4 liters of CO2 at STP, you can write here, at STP is obtained from 100 grams of CaCO3. 1.12 liters of CO2 is obtained from how many grams of CaCO3? Simple step. Therefore, you can calculate weight of CaCO3 required here. 1.12 liters. Completely write the units. 1.12 liters into 100 grams by 22.4 liters. And here later cancel. Gram remain there. The answer will be in grams. 1.12 here. How many times? 20 times. 20 by 100 is equal to 5 grams. So if you take 5 grams of CaCO3, exactly it gives you how much? 1.12 liters of CO2. This is what you call weight volume relationship. Basing on this, the problem is worked out. Previously, we calculated weight relationship. Okay, note it down.